Hello viewers and welcome to the Lenten Compass of the Catholic Network Jalingo, Taraba State. The program which brings you a lot of spiritual tidbits and reflections that accompany you during this period of Lent. With me, Father Nicholas Cave. Today we shall be talking about temptation, one of the pillars or the things you have to fight for during this period of Lent. Please sit back and relax and listen as you watch.
In this season of Lent, we're here once again to talk to us about temptation. Temptation in this period is something that can never be overemphasized or can be ignored. Temptation in the season of Lent. Let's understand Lent as it is. It is a moment of encounter with the Lord. It is a moment of sober reflection. The season of Lent offers us so many opportunities. It is a period of grace, the grace that renews our spirit, the grace that purifies our souls. It is equally a season where one finds himself in the desert. And in the desert, there is a possibility of emptiness. There is a possibility of self-encounter with the Lord. And just as emptiness and encounter with the Lord, one is bound to be tempted. And when you are tempted, the first thing that comes to mind is choice. The choice we make matters so much. This will reflect us back at the beginning of creation, when God created Adam and Eve. They had a choice of obedience and they had a choice of disobedience. By the end of the day, one could see that Adam and Eve made their choice to disobey God. Ours might not be different like theirs. What then is this temptation all about? We can see that temptation is a desire to engage in a short-term urges for enjoyment, urges for pleasure, urges for relaxation, urges to be free, urges to be cut away from all hierarchy and authorities. And all these are what threatens the long-term goals of any individual. Or in a religious sense, we can see temptation as an inclination to sin. The desire to do that which is wrong. The desire to cut away from all that matters most to God. And if that is so, Futushin puts it this way, that temptation, it is a denial of the love of Christ. How can one deny the love of Christ? It is the choice we make. And that's what St. Paul in Romans chapter 8, verse 35 will add, what will separate us from this love? For us, many people have made a choice. The choice that poverty should cut them away from God. The choice to go for material things of this world and allow God to be alone. The choice that the things of God are so overbearing. It is in this light that when we go back to the gospel text of Matthew from chapter 4 from verse 1, we see how Jesus was tempted. He was placed in a moment of choice. Futuji, in the book titled The Life of Christ, we add that Jesus was tempted on three different categories. He was tempted on economic, he was tempted based on marvels, he was tempted based on political. To us, we might not be like Jesus to be tempted in these three different ways. But of course, our temptation also will be in three different categories. Ours will be on lust and gluttony. Ours will be on pride and envy. Ours will be on greed. From the ages of 1 or 7, from 1 to 7 down to 35, our temptation always falls in the category of lust and gluttony. And from ages of 36 to 55 thereabout, our temptation is that of pride and envy. And when from 56 to the day the Lord will call each and every one of us from this world, our temptation has always been that of greed, of accumulation. Oh, I want to have this house, I want to have this, I want to have that. But all that, the message to each and every one of us, that we must understand that temptation is not bad. Temptation is not a sin. If Jesus was tempted, we too can be tempted. But the difficulty comes when we are unable to overcome the temptation. That is when it becomes a sin. My dear brother, my dear sister, when you are tempted or when you are faced with trial, what do? I have the message from James chapter 1 verse 12 to you. In James chapter 1 verse 12, St. James will say, happy the man who remains steadfast under trial. For having passed that test, he will receive for his prize the gift of life promised to those who love God. Are you among those who love God? Are you among those who are there to obey and do all that God asks of you? I leave that to you. The choice is yours to do that which is right or to do that which is wrong. And whatever you make, it is your choice. And the choice you make is what we call temptation. To do the right or to do the wrong. God bless you. Have a wonderful Lenten Easter in advance.
Thanks for being there. You have heard it yourself. In case you have missed our program and you want to watch it again, the YouTube channel is on the screen. And you want to call us, and you want to email or text us, please, the numbers are also scrolling on the screen. We want at this juncture to thank all those who have been supportive to our programs, particularly the parishioners of the parishes within the Jalingo metropolis. We will come your way once again. Thank you, and may God bless you.